Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this, know that I appreciate you. I'd like to welcome you to another day in the daily life of Jay. And hey, what up? I'm Jay. I am Jay. I am J.R., also known as Juaitan Robinson. And I wear so very many hats, or should I say one hat with several pins in it. That's what I'll say. One hat with several pins in it. And I am grateful for each of those decorative pins. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by pins, then you are not familiar at all with the pins that the church ladies use to keep their hats in place on that wonderful Sunday morning when they go into the church house, especially on that Easter Sunday, when they've got these ginormous hats on their heads and they don't want them to blow off, so they use these decorative pins to keep them in place. They pin it into their hair so that it stays in place. So one hat, a child of God, with many pins, all of the gifts that he has given me. All of the gifts that he has given me. Traffic is kind of crazy this morning. What in the world? Everybody went back to work on Wednesday? Good gracious. So yeah, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. And it is 7:46 in the a.m. and I'm headed to work. But it is also an amazing day because today is the day that my youngest child turns 22. Yeah. That is how old that child is, 22. My youngest is 22 years old, so I will need to give her a call. I've already sent the card, so I need to give her a call and wish her a happy birthday. But I also know that my child does not wake up early in the morning, so I will wait until I get into the office, or right before I get into the office to call, which means I'll have to end this before I do that. But how was your evening? How was your last night? What did you have for dinner? You know, how were you? Did you relax at all? I did. I relaxed. I relaxed a good hour before I did anything productive, such as cook dinner. And thankfully, cooking dinner required that I just warm up something that I had already made. I made it Sunday. It was supposed to be for dinner Sunday night, and we ended up doing something else. So I cooked the meat anyway, so that we could have it the next night, and we ended up doing something else the next night. So last night it had to be cooked or reheated and eaten. So yeah, and it was simple. Manwiches. Very simple, with cheese on a special bun. So yeah, that was dinner. And then I finished, well, I thought that I had, and I decided to do something additional today. I finished worked on the planner, the journal planner, and it's not so much a planner as it is a journal. So I worked on the journal last night, and I thought that I was done. But the more that I looked at it, the more that I thought about it, the more that I decided it needed more pages. So I added more pages to it this morning. And since I've added more pages to it, I've got to come up with more scriptures, because at the bottom of each page, there is a scripture. Not a verse, just the scripture. So, yeah, I need to add scripture, which means I need to find more scripture. which isn't difficult. But got a whole Bible for it, a whole Bible. So I've got to go and find the right scriptures for it. So I've put in there scriptures on writing. I've put in there scriptures on studying God and, you know, studying the Word, and getting closer to God. I've put in there, basically studying the Word and getting closer to God. So now I've got to find more scriptures that fit the journal. So writing and studying. I probably will put more in there on the promises of God. I won't do the fruit of the Spirit because my other journal is going to be on the fruit of the Spirit, because my devotional and journal is the fruit of the Spirit. So I'll do another, by the way, I'm doing another journal after this one is done, based on my devotional and journal that I did before. But this time it's just going to be entirely a journal. And that one I will probably, and this is one of the things that my cousin mentioned to me this in an email this morning, or whatever time it was that she sent it, that maybe I should have someone else publish it instead of me putting it together myself, which I have thought about. I mean, I've thought about all avenues. This is what I do. I think about all options, or as many options as I can, and then I go with the one that works best. The only reason that I was looking at packaging it myself is because I wanted to have some with me, but I can always have it published through where my other two books are published, or a different online publisher, and just order copies at a discounted rate for myself to have on stock like I do my other books. I can always do that. So that is what I'm looking to do. I'm thinking about doing that. So I'm going to look into that this evening to see how much it would be to have it done through either Amazon or Lulu, and to go from there. So yeah. So it's the journal is, well, it's not done because, like I said, I've got to add scriptures to the bottom of the pages. I gotta add scriptures to it, but then I'll work on the one for my devotional, because here's the thing. I have a devotional that is just a devotional, and then I have the devotional and journal. So what I plan on doing is doing a journal that is solely, strictly a journal, and it'll go with the devotional. So that is the plan for that one. But for this, which is basically a study journal, it's just the journal. It's just the journal. I've got to straighten up my parking. It's just the journal. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I gave my cousin a copy, a PDF copy, a PDF, and that's the other thing. I want to be able to also, if I sell it myself, sell it as the PDF version. But then I also want to sell it on my website. So that's why it would be wise for me to go through another publisher and have them do it, and I just order it to have in stock for when I go places, and then I can put it on my website that way. But I'm also thinking, like, what I have on my website now, the books that I have on my website now are books that I actually have in stock on hand. And what I'm actually thinking about doing is, and how many times did I say actually? What I'm thinking about doing is just using a link to my Amazon, and that way when you click on the book to purchase it, you are going directly to Amazon, and there's no price there on my page. Or if there is a price on my page, it's the price that Amazon has on the website, on the Amazon site, which I have the authority to change whenever I want. So I may do a price change as well. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, so that's what happened last night. That's what's going on thus far this morning. I have just parked, if you could not tell, so I am at work. I pray that you have an amazing day. And if I don't see you again this week, I pray that you have an awesome week. Thus far, I have walked 2 days. I walked yesterday and Monday. I may walk again today just to get my 3 days out of the way, especially since it's supposed to get hotter this week. It's supposed to be hotter Thursday and Friday, so I may just do it today, and it's overcast right now, so I may do it today just to go ahead and get my 3 days done, and yeah, be done with my committed 3 days to walk. I've done really well with tracking my food, which I didn't put last night's dinner on, and I need to do that. But I've done really well at tracking my food because I got a new Fitbit. I told you guys that I got a new Fitbit. So I'm tracking my steps again. I'm tracking my heart rate. It's not necessarily doing all the things that I want it to do. For whatever reason, it's not connecting like the face that I want on it. I can't get it for whatever reason. Even though I've connected to everywhere it's told me to connect to. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, so I'm tracking my eating more, tracking my water intake more, of course tracking my steps and my heart rate, and I'm tracking my steps and my heart rate, especially when I take my walk. I'm tracking them both with the Fitbit and with my Samsung Health app on the phone, and they seem to be measuring up really pretty much equally. So that lets me know that they're in sync, and if I choose not to use one or the other, it's okay because they're matching up pretty well when I've taken my walks. Like I don't remember how many times I walked last week, if it was 2 or 3. It might have just been 2. But I walked last week, and it seemed to track it very well, evenly on both. So yeah. But yeah, so let me go ahead and get myself off of here with you guys, call my child, and get myself into this office. Oh, and text the husband and let him know that I'm here, because he'll call if I don't let him know, if he didn't fall back to sleep. So yeah, peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.